Thank you. Psalm 46:10, be still and know that I am God. It's my favorite verse of the Bible because God gave it to me one morning many years ago. My wife Cheryl and I were married 48 years ago. We had a 10-year plan when we first got married. We were going to take the first 10 years of our marriage, get a house, get nice cars, establish a good financial base, so that at year 11 we could start a family and Cheryl could stay home with the children. Well, we did it. We built a house, we had nice cars, we had money invested. In fact, we had enough money invested that given the time it had to grow, we had a retirement for us plus college for our children covered. There was only one problem with our plan. We didn't include God in it. In May of 1986, year 11, we were blessed with twin boys. And as planned, Cheryl quit her job and to stay home with the babies. The beginning of that July, a couple months later, we got a letter from an attorney over on the west side. It read, you need to separate yourself from the people you're investing with. Well, that certainly piques your curiosity. So we made an appointment to go see him. We sat down with him and he explained to us that he had a number of clients in the same investments and that it was a scam. There were no investments, there was no money left. I remember thinking to myself, we're young, we didn't invest any money that we couldn't afford to lose. We'll be okay, we can start over. Unfortunately, he wasn't done. He went on to tell us that we owed the Internal Revenue Service $150,000. Well, that I wasn't quite so ready for. Anyway, we needed more income, so I got a job as a custodian at a church. I would go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning and work for a couple hours before I headed to my full-time job. Well, one of these mornings, I was cleaning the sanctuary and fretting about bills and the future, and Psalm 46:10, be still and know that I am God, came to my mind. Well, I ignored it and kept working, but it got louder and louder and louder in my head until I just finally had to sit down and have a little bit of time with God. Since that morning, that passage has gotten me through a lot of situations. Now, I don't know what each of you are going through right now, but I know a lot of people are worrying about the future. And what I learned that morning and what I want you to know is that God loves you. He doesn't want you to go through the junk in life alone, and there's going to be junk. There's still going to be trials and challenges and pain that are going to feel overwhelming. And that's why you need to go through it with God, because you know what? God doesn't get overwhelmed. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past, you're a child of God, and God's heart is that every one of his children come to him, trust him, find comfort and rest with him. He's got it covered. He's God. Just be still and know that he's God.